What's up everyone, welcome to your 17th C++ tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use an if statement. Now what an if statement does is pretty much you give the computer an option. You said, alright, I'm going to tell you something. If it's true, I want you to run this bit of code, but if it's not true, then forget it. Don't run the code at all. So the first thing we need to do before we even get started is declare a variable. I'm going to name mine variable so it is not confusing, and I'm going to set it equal to 16. You can set your variable equal to anything. Next, we have to make the syntax for our if statement, and that's simple enough, if. Now what this if statement is going to do is run the test condition that's going to be in your parentheses right here, and if that's true, then it's going to run the code in the body of your if statement. If this is false, then it's not going to run this code at all. So let's give it a test condition. We say, alright, if variable is less than 30, so if 16 is less than 30, which is true, so it should run this, we want you to output on the screen the word cello, and then we want you to end the line. In case this is false, what happens is the if statement skips this completely and just moves on to the next line. But since the statement is true right now, then it's going to run this and then move on to the next line. So just to make a next line real quick to show you guys what's actually going on, you can tell what's going on easier. Not part of the loop. I'll make another line of code that you guys would use in your program that isn't part of the loop. So again, what's going to go on right here is this C++ is going to evaluate this variable. It's going to say, alright, if this variable is less than 30, which is true, it's going to run this line of code in your if statement, and then it's going to run this line of code just because this is a regular part of your program. If it was false, it's going to skip this and go right to this. So let's go ahead, compile and run, and if everything works out, we should see cello and not part of the loop. And there we go. Again, as you can see, the if statement evaluated that our variable was true, so it ran the statement in the if code, in the if body, and then it moved on to the next regular part of your program. And now if you're asking, alright, what if this is false? I guess you guys can probably tell what's going to happen. What if you've got something like 32, and you have an if statement that evaluates it as false? Since the variable is now not less or greater than 30, this is false. So what C++ is going to do is say, alright, your test is false, so I ain't running this code at all, Haas. I'm just going to skip this and move on to this. So let's go ahead, compile and run. And after everything worked out fine, we shouldn't see cello at all, and it should just successfully move on to our next part of our program. So again, the if statement evaluated this, said, alright, I'm skipping this since it's false, I'm just moving on. And there's what you get. So that bit of code is your basics for your if loop. Again, play around with a test condition, and in the next tutorial I'm going to teach you guys how to do an if-else statement most likely. So stick around, and I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.